2013, and every year it's a wonderful experience to be here. This year it is my great opportunity to share with you the history. As I am sure all of the officers are aware of the history, I'm going to share it anyway for everyone else. In 1951, John Willis Sides, Willis Woodsides, known as John, finished his academy training after serving with the department for a few years in sort of an internship position and showing his dedication there. He finished his time at the academy, and after just 3 weeks was kind of caught in the crossfire in a traffic stop with a group of criminals who were being chased across 4 states. He was shot and was mortally wounded there. But there's a number that stuck out. I was looking over my notes from last year, and a number that stuck out to me is the number 16. Johnny Sides survived 16 days after being shot. He was shot in the abdomen. The bullet hit an artery and lodged in his pelvis, but he stayed with us until he was able to identify his assailants, and they were captured. The number 16 also sticks out to me because if my math is right, it isn't always right, but if it is, there have been 16 nominees that I have seen as part of this organization. 16 individuals who have been exemplary in their service to the community, and that's been recognized by their superiors and definitely recognized by the Dallas Junior Chamber. So for the 3 nominees tonight, I want to thank you for everything that you have done. You have definitely earned your opportunity to be here, and whether or not you win, you are the best of what the DPD has to offer, and I'm very glad to be here with you tonight. So, Kathleen, if you'd like to 2018 President Kathleen Denoyer.
All right, I will try and project, as my mother would prefer, sitting up in front. I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. This is our longest civic legacy, going back 66 years for an organization that is 100 years old. To my board, who has worked most diligently, and to the event chairs, who have lost many nights' sleep to put on this event, I want to thank you for everything that you have done. But most of all, I want to thank the Dallas Police Department at large for the arduous task of protecting this city every single day. This event, for many members, was the linchpin that brought us into the Dallas Junior Chamber of Commerce. I myself had been flirting with this organization for months. Since July of that year, 5 years ago, I met my best friend, started developing other friendships, such as Charles, and was enjoying the many opportunities that our chapter affords the young professionals of this great city. But it was not until I was sitting in those chairs at Johnny's Sides that I finally got hooked. And it wasn't the keynote speaker or the chief, no offense, he was a great speaker, but I can honestly say it was the rookies. It was their words and their reasons that they were here that made me lean down and whip out my cell phone and text my president at the time, Mr. Ponce Durand, and said, "I'm in, where do I sign up? Shut up and take my money." I wanted to be a part of an organization that recognized the importance of this award and of the Dallas Police Department. For those of you who were here last year, and the rookies weren't, so I will be brief, you know of my family's history as victims of violent crimes. I'm sorry, my parents are in the audience for the first time, so this is a little difficult. We were the victims of a horrific crime nearly 30 years ago. Our innocence was shattered, the family was traumatized, and we were in very real and present danger. As my father reminded me not a few moments ago, we had to have round-the-clock police protection until the trial was over. We needed a hero. We needed a protector. and DPD answered that call literally. I reiterate that story and will continue to do so in support of the DPD because it is imperative that you know what your work looks like those many years later. After you've turned and walked away from those victims, we are still here because of the sacrifices that you make every single day. My family is intact because of the sacrifices that DPD made those 30 years ago. But especially to the rookies. You are at the beginning of your journey with so many things ahead of you. It is important that during those long, hard shifts, those many years of service, to remember why you started and where you are in this moment. What motivated you to give so much of yourself to our great city? If you can hold on to that, and you can remember my face, and recognize that your hard work does pay off. It paid off for me, it paid off for my family. If you can hold on to that, then our community will be better for having you serve it. I am honored to be the president of the Dallas Junior Chamber of Commerce. I am honored to be a JC and part of such a wide organization. But most of all, I am honored to be the one who hands out this award tonight. So once again, thank you for what you did yesterday, thank you for what you did today, and thank you for what you will do tomorrow. Our city greatly needs you.
All right, thank you, Kathleen. Please now welcome Detective Frederick Frazier from the Assist the Officer Foundation.
All right, I can project, I think. We'll see how it goes. Where's our chief at? I gotta project the wrong way. My name is Frederick Frazier, 23-year officer, assigned to the U.S. Marshal Service Task Force in Criminal Intelligence at Dallas Police. I'm also the chairman of Assist the Officer Foundation, which has been it's been a charity that many of us in this room that are on this department and those who have been around it understand and cherish for the work that we've done, not only for our officers, but for the community. Because everything that happens within inside an officer's circle is part of that community. A better officer makes a better community. It always will and always will have. So when we're a beneficiary of something like this, we look back and say, what are we doing and where are we going? How is it going to affect? And we see 3 great young leaders coming up in this department, which we need 300 and plus more of them to come up those ranks to make this department what it was, and what it always has been. And it takes everybody to do that. Not only the city leaders, but the chief, her command staff, from every officer believing in that mission to move us forward. That mission from Assist the Officer is exactly the same. When an officer is hurt, you saw this weekend, we had Officer Barber that was hit by a vehicle Saturday morning. Many of us dropped what we were doing. We went to the hospital to check on him. Make sure that he is okay. He's not okay. But we're there for that family at that point. We're making sure that they're getting their family here. We're using the funds that are coming in from our program to their family and beyond. And we continue to do that day in and day out. We check on officers constantly, making sure that they have that. We're a very special organization because we're one of hardly any in the entire Metroplex. If you look around, and you may look around the whole nation, you're not going to find many of these that even exist.